To the citizens of South Carolina, send an immediate message or phone call to any and all of your state representatives, urging not to pass Bill H-367-6 calling for a constitutional convention. While they have produced what they believe is a safe bill, it is not. The safeguards that they propose in this bill are a wish list, and there is no Santa Claus. There is no legal restriction on what happens when a constitutional convention convenes. All laws and regulations are suspended at that time, removing the powers of the Congress, the executive, and the courts. If you have a long enough memory, the original convention was called to update the Articles of Confederation, a relatively simple task compared to producing a new constitution. Read my book, Understanding How Less is More, the story of the real First Amendment. It will show you in detail the hows and whys of how we became a nation, and shows you that we almost didn't. I also have in my possession a book called The Secret Proceedings and Debates of the Federal Convention, printed in 1821, and I have a copy of Journal of the United States from November 1787 through November 1788, which contains the archetype of the Constitution. If you believe that we could perform the same thing that they did in 1788, in today's world you had better start looking for the Easter Bunny, and I have a bridge to sell you. We are in the middle of a raging firestorm that is now consuming us and destroying our country. We are being attacked on all sides, and more dangerously, are being hollowed out and eaten away from the insides. In the immortal words of Charlton Heston, Soylent Green is people, and that's our problem. We are being attacked from all sides by enemies that we know and from the people who are supposed to be upholding this country. Lawmakers and lawgivers who are sworn to uphold the Constitution and protect us from all threats, foreign and domestic, have become the very threats that endanger us the most. We fought for the freedom to be left alone by a government that only wanted to keep us in perpetual servitude. We fought a civil war with brothers killing brothers because we couldn't agree, and in the end still did not settle our differences. Today we have more laws and regulations in the United States than the entire rest of the world. Our governmental agencies just keep issuing new laws and regulations by the thousands, dumping them on the law enforcement and myriad alphabet agencies who then spread them out across the population like so much fertilizer. They then sprout a new crop of civil and criminal litigation that ends up as compost in courts throughout the country. We cannot keep a system that tells us that we must vote, while it keeps us from having any say in who, what, or where we are voting for. You have no say who is on the ballot, where your voting district begins and ends, and when and how you can vote. You can be assured that your vote is not equal to any other citizen, or for even who or what you are voting for. In presidential elections, you cast your ballot for electors, shadowy figures that are picked by the political parties and, as we have seen, have nothing to do with the actual vote. The system is completely upside down with the laws protecting the government from its citizens. The Constitution was written in blood to protect the citizens from the government. And until we rectify this situation, things will only get worse. There are only 3 solutions to this problem, and 2 of them will destroy the country. We the people are fed up, are no longer willing to put up with this unraveling mess. We hear serious discussions of a new revolution or civil war, something that our external enemies would love to see. We hear serious yet misguided people proposing a new constitutional convention. Both of these alternatives would lead to the dissolution of our nation. The last and only viable solution is already in the Constitution. It's called Article the First, and contrary to what we have been told or taught over the last 200 years, it is our very first amendment to the Constitution and was ratified by 1792. See the website, read the book, help fix the problem. Don't become Soylent Green. FirstAmendmentFreePress.org or YouTube for videos. YouTube.com Alan Marshall 6. Now available on Amazon.